It's hard to explain without sounding crazy. I keep trying, but I just know I sound like one of those crystal waving loonies. I can sense and sometimes see paranormal entities. They aren't well defined, mostly hazy figures or unnatural shadows. But sometimes, if they're strong and angry enough, they can look nearly as real as any person. The only reason I'm not knocking down the doors of the nearest insane asylum is because I'm not the only member of my family that can do it. My dad and I are the strongest, I guess. But my brother isn't exactly blind to them either. My mom and sister have nothing, and I'm glad for that. With the talent of seeing comes, sometimes, a gift for driving things away. Exorcism, if you will. And these things don't like being forced away. But I digress. The ability to see these demons, ghosts, fae, whatever you want to call them, is truly a freaking curse. Because it makes you stand out. It draws a target for creepy shit right on your back. It never stops, never goes away. And believe me, trying to work any job when you can see the skeletons hiding in people's closets are not a fun thing. Let alone trying to be a minimum wage checkout clerk at a major grocery store. Here, let me explain what I mean. There's this older guy who comes in. He's probably in his mid-50s to early 60s, and he looks like he's somebody's grandpa, albeit a Vietnam veteran, soldier of fortune, battle grandpa. He's got silver brown hair, tan skin, a tall and trimmed physique, a jovial, soft-spoken voice, and friendly-seeming eyes. He kind of reminds me of that one name root we've all got at one time or another. The one that is nice as hell, but a little too into the patriotic expressions of any holiday. That guy that has an American flag on every piece of clothing he owns, has more guns than the National Guard armory, but buys all the little kids on the block snow cones from the ice cream truck if he sees it go past. Yeah, him. He's in every day, it seems, just buying a few groceries for the day and talking to us employees. Just a nice-seeming guy. It's what follows him around that really gets to me. He has a hitchhiker, you see. Well, hitchhikers, to be more accurate. They're ghosts that latch onto you because you meant something to them. Little kids have them if a parent dies, or people who've had a spouse die. Hell, I've even seen people with their best friends clinging to them if they were close enough. But hitchhikers sometimes cling for other reasons. I'll never forget when I noticed him and his passengers. I was about to come on my shift after lunch break, and I was turning the corner from the back room of the store onto the main sales floor when I bumped into him. He reached out a hand to steady me because I nearly ass-planted like the graceless wonder I am with a small chuckle. When he did, I saw her. His hitchhiker. The girl was, at the time, the most visible, real and tangible entity I'd ever seen. She was a beautiful 20-year-old Vietnamese girl when she had died. And she had died hard. Her naked body was bruised and stained with what I think, hell, what I still desperately hope was dirt. Blackened blood leaked from the gaping wound in her neck and stained her thighs as well. My mind shut down and I went into autopilot, mumbling some apology and scurrying toward the front end of the store. I firmly decided not to even think on what I had seen and to just pretend that nothing had happened. I should have quit right then. You see, like I said, he comes in every day. And every day for the past 2 months, the hitchhiker has been a different girl. They're always naked, always beaten, and they're always visible around him. I've tried to pretend that I don't see them, but I can't help but stare in horror as he walks around the store chatting with the other employees in his neighborly way. Last night, he came in just before the store closed, and I recognized the girl following him. She was an Amber Alert 2 weeks ago. A 17-year-old junior from a nearby town who vanished while jogging. As he loaded his purchases onto the conveyor belt and leaned in forward so that only I could hear his voice.
She's the prettiest one yet, isn't she? But not as pretty as you.
He gave that friendly grandfather-like smile and paid for his groceries.
I don't want to go into work today.